Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Chat with Granny B coming to you guys for some candid, uncensored conversation and chat tonight about interracial marriages. Come on in, come on in. It's late. Get that cup of coffee, that cup of tea, a snack, or a soda, and let's talk. Come on in, come on in. You are so welcome. You are so welcome to my channel. My channel is an open channel, and when you come into the channel, please feel free to chat and give your opinion with no fear of being criticized. Your opinion is your opinion. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm just going to give a few minutes for some subscribers or viewers to come on in tonight. And let's initiate this conversation, this chat. Come on in, and let's chat. Let's chat. We're going to talk about interracial marriages and the growing issue of African American men crossing racial lines and cultural lines, looking for women to either date or marry. Okay, so just want to get your opinion tonight in terms of what you think about it, and let's have some conversation. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I think this is a trending issue now with a lot of things going on in this country. So I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag because I'm more interested in what my viewers and subscribers have to say more than I am just voicing my opinion, because this is all about us getting together in this chat and just voicing our opinions based on our perceptions or just your gut feelings and how you feel about Black men more than ever dating women from other races and other cultures. What do you think? Come on in, come on in. Okay. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Come on in, come on in. As I talk, I will likewise be sharing some personal experience about having been married across culture lines. So I'm just waiting for my viewers to come on in and let's have some chat. Let's chat, let's chat, let's chat. Okay. How do you guys feel about that? This topic, I was drawn to this topic because I've been seeing so much on social media about men giving saying very negative things about why Black women seem not to be the most desirable population for Black men. But, like I said, I just want to see what my subscribers and my viewers have to say. And what is your opinion? What is your experience? Come on in, come on in. This is a hot, steaming subject. Come on in and chat with Granny B tonight. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you all remember that court ruling. In fact, it was a Supreme Court ruling in reference to a case, Loving versus Virginia, where a biracial couple was being discriminated against down in the South. And when they went to Virginia, the situation continued, and they were being continuously harassed and so on and so on. So um, the Supreme Court got involved, and in 1967, the court ruled that um, interracial marriages was okay. Was okay. Tell me your feeling. How do you feel about it? Okay. All righty. Just waiting for my subscribers and viewers to come on in. This is a very interesting topic tonight. So come on in and let's have some very candid discussion about how you feel and what it has been your experience with the issue that we're talking about tonight. Yes. So we are here, and I'm just waiting for someone to enter the chat room so we can get this conversation rolling. Dr. J, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I am waiting for you. Yes, yes, yes. This is a subject that I think is going to be very, very stimulating, and definitely one that a lot of people have been talking about. And when I say a lot of people, I mean there are some men out here, black brothers, who have made very negative comments about why black women are becoming less attractive to them in terms of a dating partner, or either a dating partner, or either a wife. So tonight we just want to talk about your feelings about that particular issue. Why? Why? Why black women feeling the dating and marriage squeeze? You know, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? So,
Okay, if you drop the link, I can come up.
okay, tell me how to drop the link.
Just just go up there to the box, where you type your address in, and just highlight it, copy, and you're gonna paste it.
Okay.
You're gonna go down there to the chat box and paste.
Okay. I'm still learning. Thank you, Dr. J. Thank you so, so much. Okay. I got it. And I have dropped it, and now I'm sending it to you. All righty. So, I'm done. Okay. Thank you, Dr. J. Thank you so much, so much. Okay. I did paste it. So, did you get it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. All righty. So I'm going to wait until you come in and just briefly just do a little overview to give kind of like preference this conversation tonight. Just a little information to showcase it, and we'll get to talking and chatting. Yes, ma'am. And I see you coming in. You're right up here beside Dr. J. I mean, Granny B. Mm-hmm. Okay. All righty. So, oh, yes. So, we're just waiting for Dr. J to check in here with me so we can get this conversation rolling and see what we come up with tonight.
Okay, can you hear me?
Let me see. Okay. Can you hear me? I'm saying on this station. I mean, channel. Can you hear me? Okay, so I I haven't been able to hear you yet. So is there anything else I need to do? Do I need to invite you? Do I need to invite you?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. So invite guests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now it's telling me to copy it. Okay, it's copied.
It said you gotta invite me on the stage.
Okay, I did.
Okay.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm inviting you. Okay, invite guests. Okay, I've invited you. And it says copy the yard screen. So I copy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I copy it. It says copied. So where do I need to drop it at? In the box where it's like post a comment.
Yeah, uh-huh. You copy and paste it down there. Where I put it here, I think I put post right here, paste right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Okay, paste right here. Wait a minute. Hmm. Mm. I do see paste right here. And then I see a button that says plus show.
Yeah, paste it down there, you know, where you go and you type comments. Paste it down there in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Okay. I did it. And do you see it?
Mm-mm. I've already grabbed that one time. You just need to click on my face down there at the bottom.
Okay, okay, there you go. Add to the stage.
Right.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
And here you go. Oh,
There it is. I got my camera off.
okay. That's okay. I got mine on. Okay. So, Dr. J, how was your day?
Kind of busy. It was kind of busy.
Okay.
Yes. How was yours?
Same thing. Busy, busy, busy.
Awesome.
Yeah, busy, busy, busy. But I was able to research some content today. And as I said earlier, and again, I want to thank you always for just putting me along with you. I am the newbie on the street, but thanks to Dr. J, I'm becoming so much knowledgeable of YouTube and my channel and what I need to do um, to be effective or getting better verse with this whole YouTube channel and streaming, live streaming, and everything. But I wanted to say that I wanted to talk about this issue for a while, and I hadn't talked about it because other things, just kept coming up and other content that was as well as important. But I want to get back to this interracial marriage because I have seen a lot on social media where our brothers, and I mean African American men, who have a lot of negative things to say about Black women in terms of them being in a pool to be considered as dating mates or either wives. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I got in my feelings with it. I think I got in my feelings about it a little bit because some of the reasons were, very, very didn't hit the ear very, very well. So, but I just want to preface this conversation by saying that, of course, there was a time when it was totally prohibited for Black and Caucasians to marry each other. If anyone can recall that Supreme Court ruling on I believe it was Loving versus the state of Virginia, where they were married. And I think the Supreme Court ruled on this case in 1967, making it legal that people of color could marry people of non-color. So that's where, a lot of this, well, that's where it originated in terms of the legality of interracial marriages. But a lot of stigma followed that and everything. But research has been done, polls have been done, and one particular poll that was interesting is that in 19 well, it's like not 1921, but 2021, there was a 94 approval rate of intermarriages in this country. And of course, when that happens, such a high approval rate, the stigma uh, towards interracial marriages tend to drop. So, Dr. J, what has been your experience? I mean, from things of um, perhaps your interest in this tough subject, or concerns that you have about seemingly black men are not looking at the pool of black women in a lot of instances for dating as well as for marriage.
I don't know. The question is, that comes to mind with me is, why are black women not good enough anymore for
Yes,
our black men?
that's what I'm talking about. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
the question. I haven't been
mhm,
able to
mhm.
figure that out yet.
And I think that was the question that I had, and I think that's why some of the reasoning just didn't fall so well on my ears. But not being judgmental or anything, because myself, I was married cross culture, and I'll share that a little bit as we proceed with this chat. But I definitely can tell you, in researching this particular topic and getting some content about it, there were some reasons that black men feel that the pool of dating black women and marry them, that pool is getting narrow. But one
Hmm.
interesting thing you said is that it could be that brothers don't feel that we're good enough anymore, because that was one of the issues that I was able to develop some content around, because actually some of the polls show that black men feel that black women are no longer the kind of women that maybe their mothers or grandmothers used to be. So, but
Mm. But I don't think that's by choice, a lot of it. Um,
absolutely. Not by choice. And I think the thing that gets me too is that, and I know love doesn't come in color or anything, but since there's a growing pool of black women, whether they want to get married or not, that pool seems to be dwindling in terms of a choice, for black men. And I'm just, like I said, I did um, some research to come up with some content about the whys, why, what is going on, so some of the things I was able to come up with is that um some some people feel that maybe because men tend to work or live in diverse workplaces, and that they're more um uh they have more access to people of different races and cultures and anything, um and that gives him the opportunity to connect with women of other races and other colors, races and other cultures, excuse me. And then some feel that um, the guy being, exposed to educated women, make them have, a different perception. Yeah, a different perception of,
And the
the
black
black.
women are educated too. They have to be educated. They have to prepare themselves to take care of themselves. I mean, they can't any longer depend on the black men to meet them halfway, or especially not to care for, I mean, provide for them. So they have no other choice but to try to become educated.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of historical perspective, Dr. J, what do you feel that our history go has an impact on what's happening too in terms of the relationship black female male, I mean black male and black male, I mean black female relationship? And of course, when that happens, such a high approval rate,
Uh,
the stigma uh, for interracial
okay,
marriages.
I have you on in two places. So what was that question again about the interracial
Yeah,
marriages?
Dr. Okay, Dr. J, I was saying, do you think that African American history plays in its has any bearings on the narrowing of the pool of black women that black men feel that are qualified to be in a dating relationship with them or a marital um, relationship?
Not really, because if they looked at the black history, if they lived the black history and believed in black history, they would be dating black women.
Okay, okay.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, yes, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm just gonna go in and say, that from what I could do, some research on, it was the research leaned toward uh the feminist movement
Mm-hmm.
having a negative impact on um the perception of that black men have of black women, and in terms of them feeling that they are not the women that the mother and the grandmother were, that they don't do the kinds of things that mom and grandma did. They don't act the way grandmama and mom did.
So, in other
They're
words, did the research say since we're not, did the research say that the Caucasian or the other races are doing what their aunties and grandmoms and great grandmoms did?
No, but
I
different
didn't.
thing, let's just look at some of the reasons. One of the reasons that I came up with in the researching of this content is that the media has a lot to do with a black man's perceptions of black women because, of course, the beauty, there's this thing as beauty standard, um, historically, emphasis and the beauty of European women has been glamorized. The
Mm-hmm.
long hair, the pointed nose, the small lips, the long hair. So it's a lot. It's about unconscious implantation of these standards in our brother's head about what beauty is, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the reasons that came up in terms of them being less and becoming less attractive to black women, and also the economic factors in it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that black men, and this is what you point out before, that a lot of a lot of black women are
Mm-hmm.
educated.
Mm-hmm.
There's a high rate, a percentage of black women who are educated in this country. We're talking about women that hold bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, as well as uh, PhDs. So
Mhm.
um, if the guys are looking for someone who has economic power behind her, so that kind of to me makes that perception of her kind of faulty, because black women have always been kind of like the pillar of support in black families. Now, whether it was meant to be this or it was meant to be by design, and more I feel like it was by design, because
Mhm.
as I can recall, as a young black social worker moving back to Georgia, um, there were instances where the agencies here, they were white agencies. I mean, white workers, case workers, and everything. And when the case workers went into the black homes, the first thing they wanted to know is there a man here? You know,
Mhm.
so it kind of it gives the sense of, the system will help you if you don't have a man. If you
Hmm.
don't have a man, if you have a man, then you're not eligible for anything that is going to enhance you and your children. The man can't be there. I vividly remember the days when the social workers would go into homes and look in the bedrooms, look in the closet to see where there men's shoes there and things of this nature. So I think in a lot of instances, um, perhaps, and I don't know how you feel about this, that our brothers need to look back at our unique history and kind of understand, how we were shaped, how we have been shaped, and a
Mhm.
lot for survival purposes, and give a sister a break.
I know the idea was to remove the man from the household that has been the goal for quite some times, and I think it has come to pass. It has come to pass.
Oh yes,
Remove
I
remove the
really
black
do.
man, and you weaken the black families.
Absolutely. And now I like
Mhm.
that. That
Mhm.
is so 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 true. That is a very
Mhm.
very true statement there. So, you know, I'm thinking too, they're saying that a lot of the reason, and I'm going to get to this in just a minute too, but this is one that I really want to hit on, that I heard a brother talk about uh black women don't know how to be wives.
Oh Lord. So
That
who
we're
gave them
not
the trophies for being knowing how to be husbands? Who passed the trophies out to them?
shouldn't be too many passed out.
I didn't think
Shouldn't
so.
be too many passed out, because one thing, I'm very very interested in this, because this guy was uh saying specifically that we don't know how to be a wife. We don't know how to
So
be women.
which race did they classify as knowing how to be a wife?
Well, they're saying
Oh,
that other women from different cultures have been taught since they were little girls on how to be a mate for a man, how
mhm.
to be a mate for a man. And I believe a lot of this is centered around submission, you know.
Yes.
But I mean, Dr. Jane, how you feel about that?
Submission as well. That's the yes. Because if you have close family members, male family members, and ask them these exact same questions, it will all boil down to submission.
Hmm,
We don't
hmm.
be quiet. We don't take anything they say. We question
Uh,
things.
uh-huh. And
We
and and
and
uh-huh.
black women they talk backs, unfortunately, but that's the way they are wired.
And given the history, we have had to be the champion.
Yes.
Well, I've not only I've well the family and totality, and we have had to be champion for our men as well. We have had to protect them. We have had to, hold them close to us, you know. And I think a lot of times that the brothers forget the um the um the history behind a black woman. They forget that we came across it during the transatlantic slave trade, that we came here belly up, sleeping and rotting on top of each other. So we
And I
have
was about
a
to say, and
history.
how do they repay us?
Yeah, you
By
can.
listing
Yeah,
20 things that we're not,
yeah. And
25
they
things that
definitely they say
makes
we're.
us less than,
Yeah, they
and
feel
three
that we're
things
not
as to
feminine
why
enough.
we're not
Say we are not.
suited or capable of being not just a wife, but a mate
Mm-hmm.
to them.
Oh yes, oh yes, and that it is it's just so interesting. Like when we talk about submission, that one always gets me. When they talk about submission, I mean, when you talk about submitting to somebody, you're talking about a few things: trust, understanding, security, and all of these things that um it's very important to women, protection and things of this nature. So when we're out there having to fend on our own, I think what has happened, men say that we are masculine, quote unquote masculine, and
But once again, is that by choice?
definitely,
N-
historically, it has not been by choice.
no,
It has been
absolutely.
because we have had to assume these roles when
Exactly.
absolutely, when our children needed to be fed and the man couldn't be in the house, we had to do what we had to do. Even bringing the one that we love so much back through the back door, feeding him, clothing him, and taking care of him. I think um that they have to start, black men have to start to understand why it's difficult for black women to be in the submissive role, who because we've had to struggle, we have to struggle, and everything is like it's a fight, it's a fight. So now we find that we have a lot of concern that our brothers are no longer interested in us. And it's it's kind of sad, and it's um it is
And
sad.
if you think it's sad and it's hurtful too.
Yes, it is. It is hurtful. It is hurtful. So, um, I don't know. I know love is love, and love doesn't come in different colors and differences in culture and stuff like that. But I think too that we really have to understand, you so on a more global aspect of what is going on, right now, because there are a lot of biracial children out here, and children are never to blame for anything. But I mean, if the temperature and the climate of this country does not change, I will be worried about interracial couples. I will be worried, you know,
Hmm.
about them. Um, they men also say, our brothers also say that we want to date and marry men who have uh, higher status, economic status, socioeconomic status, and social status. You know, so
Well, you got to
so
think, which race? So well, I keep going back to the race. Which race does not want that? because the white women don't want them unless they're athletes.
They're
Unless
famous people. They're famous people.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They
Mhm,
want the
mhm.
money too. They want they want the status. So why is it that it's okay for them to want that, but we are supposed to lower our standards and be beneath?
Yeah,
What kind of sense does that make?
it seems definitely like double standards, doesn't it?
Yes,
You
of
know,
course.
so yeah. So, I don't know, where the happy medium could be, other than that we need to, get together, and men need to understand that, and women need to understand too, that we have been molded into being in masculine roles. And I like what you said about, we we don't want to be in
Mm-mm.
masculine roles. you know I would love for my, and I would give my dad as a as an example. My mom never had to pump gas or anything like that. She never washed a car. you know it's just certain things that she did not do. So she could afford to, she could, she never had to worry about where money was coming from to feed her children, or her children and her. you know she never had to worry about how to get to work. She never worried about things of this nature, in terms of the ones that constitute survival. She never had to worry about that, so she could lay back in her feminine. You understand what I'm saying? you know
Mm-hmm.
lay back and relish in her, in her femininity. But there are so many women out there who can't, because they are struggling. And um and 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 some of the other reasons that the men give for not wanting to date or
Mm.
marry black women is that they they don't like
They
the
don't like
idea
it.
of women having children already. They said there's a lot of black women who they are single and they have children. Okay,
Uh, it
so
takes
how do you?
two. It takes two to have the children. So did they tie the man down and rape him? Why the man didn't keep his sorry butt there and help her raise that child that he helped to make?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
a man had to be there at some point. But one thing I can say out of fairness, I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. If I'm wrong, I just set me right too. We as women, we got to realize that those days are gone. Getting pregnant does not secure you a ring. It does not. I
Nor
said
the
that to
nor
say,
nor the man. It
yeah,
doesn't secure you the ring, nor the man. You know.
exactly. I said that to say, women, what they do now, gotta stop. We must, because we can control that pregnancy. All we have to do is swallow M&M every morning.
Absolutely,
But we and,
absolutely,
and we just can't continue to get pregnant by every man we lay down with. We can't.
absolutely,
So I can kind of
absolutely.
agree with that. Not agreeing with the
Mm-hmm,
man, but I mean, it is what it is.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It
So
does
is
not
the
guarantee you that a ring, and like you said, that man will even stay.
absolutely, because ironically you said that, because they're saying that black women are more likely to get a divorce if they do get married. So I don't, you know, necessarily agree with that, because that's across the board. If your marriage is not working, if your
Mm-hmm.
marriage is deteriorating, people tend not to stay in marriages that are abusive or unfruitful, like our moms and grandmamas used to do. They move on. So that's across the board. I don't think that should be a thing that you're gonna post up just for black women, that
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna hold us hostage because of the divorce, the
But
likelihood of getting a divorce.
and I mean, the main reason that comes across my ears is always that submissive part.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
That plays
mhm.
a huge role because other races they tolerate their tolerance level is a
But you
whole
know,
lot.
Doctor, it's interesting that you said this because I was listening to something. I think it was a few weeks ago where they were talking about the strength of a black woman, and this lady gave this scenario. She says if you're in a board meeting and there is a black woman there and a Caucasian woman there, and there are male figures there too, it is going, in most instances, be the black woman that will challenge the status quo, because this particular person says a white woman is not going to do it because she's going to get backlash in terms
Mm-hmm.
of speaking her opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So they sit back, and in a corporate situation, let black women, take the lead a lot of time. Not saying that a black woman will get credit for it, but to let her take lead in terms of pointing out discrepancies in policy and so on and so on. So
Well, I mean, sadly, but some of the white men are picking up on the black men, quote unquote trash. They say that your trash is somebody else's treasure. Seems like
absolutely.
Kamala is pretty happy with Doug to me.
Yeah, seems
You got
like
to do
she
what you
is
got to do.
pretty happy. Yeah, so she is pretty happy with Doug, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, ma'am. So and this is another thing too. Now, I've heard really educated men say this, and I'm just like, wow, but why not? But why not? They said that black women, that we want to date men who make more than we make. Okay. Um, and also have a high status. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that?
Exactly.
Why,
That's what
why is it
that's the
wrong
question I
for you
asked
to want
earlier.
a provider? Uh-huh. You
That's what
did.
the
You
white
did.
women want most of the times. They don't want them. I'm looking at a
Mhm.
basketball player on TV now. They don't want them unless they're making millions.
That's right. That's right. Because they
So
know when that
what?
divorce come, that they going to the bank.
So
So
only
so what's
they.
wrong with black women having high expectations of their men, having standards?
We got to
I
lower
think
our
that's what's
standard.
happening with some of us anyhow, that we our standards are not high enough, you know and I feel that there's nothing wrong with us raising the bar, and these days, this day and time, that everyone has to be willing to bring something to the table, you know so mhm. So that's basically, where we are on that,
Mm-hmm.
situation. And, like I say, people have the right to marry whoever they want to marry. But this whole issue of interracial marriages, it still is a complex situation because it just involves, a whole lot. It involves it impacts the family, it impacts the children, and I think it impacts the children more than we want to know, or that we hear about. you know I think in some cases, children of interracial marriages have stepped forward to talk about their challenges in terms of growing up, especially when they become teenagers. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lot. It's just a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to stop by and just invite you in for a little chat. And anything else you want to share about that content, um, Dr. J?
Oh no, no, not that I can think of. Um,
Mm-hmm.
We just got to move swiftly and just do what we have to do. But I just
And
think they want to say that we're masculine. We don't ask for black women. I don't know not a single woman that has asked to be put in that role.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
someone has to run the household. Someone
Yes,
has
ma'am.
to feed the mouths.
So, you know, you would just think, say, like in my time and in your time, if black women have not been, and of course, you know, with the civil rights movement and the introduction of drugs into the black community and so on, and the high incarceration rate of our brothers, if we could not stand strong, what would happen to our families and our children? I
They
mean,
want
what would
all of us to
happen?
be on the street begging, I guess, and unemployment food
Mhm.
stamp line, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's really something. I mean, hey, you know, someone has to be there for the children. I would just think if
Hmm.
all the single mothers just pack their bags and say, okay, this is too much for me. I cannot handle this. And when children are here, it's easy to say where you shouldn't have had them, because that's neither here there. They're here now. So if all
Hmm.
the single mothers would just pack up their bags and walk out and say, okay, deal with it, you know. So who would take care of our precious cargo?
Mm.
Who? Who?
Can't depend on our brothers to do it, that's for
And
sure.
then we say that our women are too strong, you know. And I think this really bothered me because I have heard people who have PhDs behind their names and stuff, you know. And I have heard women as well talk about women being in that submissive mode and their feminine role. However, I have heard some women say that, you know, explain why black women are not able to comfortably lay back. And I would say, I would dare to say maybe half or more than half of the population of black women might not be able to lay back in that comfort of their femininity because they have to hustle, you know, to maintain uh, some type of family stability, you know, for their children and for themselves. So,
So I
yes,
just
I
don't
can't.
know which direction this thing is going to go, Granny B. But black women, you know, we just got to continue to get out and make it happen. Because
Yeah,
life
we have.
life doesn't stand
Hmm.
still. Bills
Yeah, we
won't
have to
stand still.
hustle. Oh yeah, we have to hustle. Definitely, we have to hustle
The family
because
has to be
regard,
fed.
yeah, uh-huh. And somebody has to feed them because right now this administration is talking about you know, um adjusting food stamp program, adjusting Medicaid programs, which a lot of um single mothers rely on, Medicaid and food stamp program, you know, to keep their households, you know, intact and balanced and their children fed and keep them healthy, you know, and keep the babies healthy and everything. So that even puts more burden on her, you know. So, but like the guys are saying, you know, women who have already have children aren't attractive to them. So,
But my
what
thing,
is
who
the
put the
sister
children
going
there?
to do?
Yes.
Yeah, so what is the sister going to do? So, Dr. J, it was so nice of you to come in at this late hour of the night to have conversation with me. I really, really appreciate it. And apart from that, I appreciate everything that you do to help me get my channel launched and help me to become familiar with this whole YouTube channel process. And I really appreciate you so very much. And again, thank you for coming in with me tonight.
You
And
are
you stay.
welcome. I hope that I made some type just a little sense because I was all the way knocked out.
That's okay. You did well. You did
When
well.
when
You
you
did
called, I'm
well.
like, oh my goodness. I guess I should have set my alarm clock. I didn't.
Like, like I say, when you came in, you was like you were real drowsy or whatever. But I'm like, oh, sister, it's showtime. It's showtime.
Well, I like to put on a show, but I tell you that one caught
And
me off
you did
guard right
well.
there.
You did well. You did well. And thank you
Yes.
so much. God bless you and have a beautiful day tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. And bye for now.
All right. Okay. Good
Okay.
night.
Good night.